Hi, I'm Peter. My question is to all of the panel members really. How do you think you can see yourselves interacting with EWB-Asia in the future, and how do you aim to try and grow that relationship?
I'm really closely affiliated with engineers with Borders Australia, and also run my own social enterprise called Enable Development, and we do work in the disability sector, both providing education and also working on programs such as assistive technology. And I'm very particularly interested in looking at ways of collaboration, of course, especially to really skill you guys up in terms of the disability component of it, by either providing you guys training or whatnot, and also working with you guys to really get access to the region around here, around the Asian region, where we like to do a lot more work with, especially for people with disabilities. And next year we have a program in Cambodia as well, so there's still strong linkages, and very excited about the next few years of engineers in Southeast Asia.
For EcoSum, we social enterprise working on renewable energy. I think very similar to the activity or objective of EWB. So far, we already decided to accept one volunteer from EWB Singapore. So she will start in October, middle of October, and for 6 months. So yeah, and we are looking for more opportunity if, when we start one with the volunteer first, and we'll see some more. And not for me, not just working for EcoSum, but working for NGO called Cambodian Rural Development Team, working on community development or various activity. So, and this organization accept about 1, 2 or 3 volunteers every year. So from outside, but not just EWB, but from volunteer or VSO volunteer overseas from UK also. But when you have here the volunteer, I think we were looking for more cooperation with EWB.
In fact, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. It's in the domain that I'm in, for assistive technology, we do not really need a lot of ad hoc solutions. We need systematic way to solve a lot of fundamental issues that we're facing here. As I said, what we can do now from the school's point of view is we provide ad hoc solutions. Student come, we design a project, we deliver that to the client. What if the thing breaks down? Who's going to do the follow-up service to make sure this thing works? A sustainable model, of course, is for a company to make money from this person, and then within the warranty period, this merchant got to serve the client. But then you guys are volunteers, right? You have your main job to do. You cannot be on call 24/7 to provide the service to these people. So we have to think of a pro bono service like of this kind. How do you integrate into the system to fill the gaps? I don't have an immediate solution of how this kind of service can really solve the critical gap that we are facing here. So in short, I do not know.
It's quite straightforward. So after I finish my education, I'll just be more than willing to contribute to EWB-Asia directly.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other question? Please put your hands up and I'll come to you. No question at all? Okay, you've got a question.
Hi, my name is Tashrif. I'm a research engineer at NUS. So I'm working right now. And volunteer is nice and all that. But I think Dr. Ang gave like a dose of reality when he says that this is Singapore. We have like the rat race and all that. So how do we reconcile that? And I think I want to also pose this question to Mr. Gng. I think right now you're undergraduate. I think you can use your holidays to do volunteer work. But what will happen when you start working? Yeah.
Thank you very much for the question. For rain catching beer, which is the project I'm working closely with, at the moment we have advisors, so they will guide us throughout the year what to do. And when we do the project implementation itself, that's during the summer. It doesn't include the parts that we do over the other periods of time. So the project implementation is usually from, say, June to September. But between September to the other June, it doesn't mean that we are not doing anything. So as a student itself, or even as I move on to my career, I guess I can still contribute in the area as well.
We should really be considering this in the long run as well, because this is a career, this is important. This is not just volunteering, and I think we should really be switching on to that.
And I wish to echo that as well, that being engineers without borders doesn't mean that you cannot make money. Making money is not an evil thing. I mean, you have to make the whole thing sustainable. So if you can turn this thing into a career, I mean, why not? And it doesn't have to be like we have a good heart and we do this thing for free. I mean, you have a better heart if you do this thing for money and this thing becomes sustainable. So we have to change the mindset that people in this space, when they charge a certain sum of money to make it sustainable, it's not evil. It's for this thing to go on. So we have to change the mindset here, and that's the key that I believe to give work in this field sustainable life. And this is something perhaps Engineer Without Borders Asia should think about. What is a model? You cannot just go on every year to beg for money. Yeah, professional beggar is very tiring. I can tell you so. It's really. I mean, I can do what I do for many years because basically why the university is paying me well. So I can afford to do so. But you want to do it as a career in the rat race of Singapore, it's very tough. In the end, you have a wife, you need to buy a car, and your parents are getting old, and all these things will strike you, and then you think, what am I doing in all these years? All right. So it has to be a sustainable model for you to carry on this thing. So I really echo that, and thank you very much for raising that.
Can I re-echo this one? This is really quick. I did volunteer stuff a lot in my lifetime, but I got to a point where I was in the danger zone, right? I love what I do, but I burnt out, very close to burning out. You do not want to burn out trying to do good for people, so always reward yourself, give yourself a value, because this is valuable stuff that you guys are doing. And it really should be, and it should be sustainable, and it's a really interesting conversation that we're having is this kind of space. So that's all I got to say. Think about that. You do not want to burn out doing what you love to do. So think about it.
Right, thank you for that great question. We've got time for one last question. Yes, you, sir.
Thanks a lot for sharing your advice and your personal stories. So I'm sure you all have all gone through a lot of challenges, like starting up your social enterprise or doing research or even going to places where there's very poor living conditions. So I'd like to understand what is your motivation to help you overcome all these challenges? What drives you to do what you are doing?
Are you searching for the drive? No, I'm kidding.
Okay, thank you. I will try to answer first. Yes, actually, yeah, to start up one organization or institution price very difficult. You have to work a lot. Like even I can say you start from volunteer. Like my first NGO, I found NGO, but not only me, but with other three guys come together. We start with after graduate from the university. We just start this NGO, just start from the idea that we want to do without any payment. And our family very poor. if you could, my family background from rural area, I don't have any funding to support myself to living. But we thought that this is the foundation for us to build the future. Like, if we don't do anything now, we in the future will maybe, we don't know how to, like, we don't know what happened. And a lot of things happen now. Why we should do things that really need us, like after university. Like people after university always think they have to find a job that have salary to support themselves. So for them to live, not just think about volunteer, but they don't think what they really need now and what they can do now. They just follow what other, but better we think for us, we think that we do what is really need and what we really want to do. So then we decide to set up a group of people, only 4 start at a time, and then thinking about what should we do. We know, what happened in the community because we are from a rural background, and then we set up how can we help them, how can we do. Never think about income or support as long as you can live. And then we start up by developing proposal and find people like advisor who have some idea to help us. Now we have an idea, what can we help? So a lot of time we have people from outside, like our previous lecturer at university. We bring the idea. We say we don't want to work, and we want to set up this. And we know what happened, like in community, what they really need. And we have the idea to do this. How can you help us? Because to set up an organization or institution, you don't know. You have to set up a structure. You have to set up like kind of financial structure, everything. So then you have an idea and bring this to people who have experience. They guide us. They help us. Oh, you should do that. You should do that. We follow them. And in just 6 months, we have a clear model. Now we have structure. Like you build a house. Before you don't have any idea for design. But you try to have to get idea from people. Now you design a house. So then you have all the construction design. So you just find a resource to build a house. And after 2 or 3 years at a time, we set up. Really now become a house. And now it is working. We start from 4 people, now we have about 50 people working with our organization. And now not just on the COET, we have other 3 institutions under the organization called one CWF, Conversation with Foreigner. This the organization like a social enterprise that teach. We have volunteer. Yeah, we need 3-month volunteer to teach English in the school. So we always recruit about 20 volunteers to teach English in the school, and the profit from the school will support the organization. So yeah, that kind of enterprise that support. So yeah, based on we have a strong house now, we can set up other organization also based on the model. You see, and then we set up another called eco tourism operator. We call CRD2 also. The organization that if you want to do tour in Cambodia, you can go and profit from that to support organization. And now on process to set up another microfinance to support because based on experience, we found that a lot of people need funding, financial support. So we set up the institution to help them to support financial support for the livelihood. So yeah, this like from our devote, because we never thought about ourselves before. Like we never think. A lot of friends that come, they find a job, but they could not start like a kind of organization like us. So yeah, because they just think about what they need. They don't think what people need and what they can do. So seeing what we can do, seeing what people need, or you can do things. And then I set up this another EcoSun Cambodia enterprise working on renewable energies, because in under CLT I already set up since when I was in organization. But at the time, our board director and we do a lot of things to analyze the organization. We saw that cannot do difficult to do renewable energy enterprise like that. So that's why I think that I have another friends that have the same vision, the same objectives. So come together and set up another EcoSun Cambodia. And start similar, the same as before the previous organization. Start from you have to put your heart to do a lot of things. You like do volunteer work. You have to do volunteer work. If you don't do volunteer work, you cannot do anything. You cannot create anything. To do one thing, have to think everything, like condition around. Have to sing a lot of things, and work time also have to sing. Yeah, you sing a lot, and if you sing a lot, you have a lot of experience. If you have a lot of experience, you will create things. That's my experience. Yes.
Maybe any last comments from any of the panelists before we wrap up this session?
I have a different experience. I don't go into this thing thinking that I can volunteer or I can be so good. I am very simple-minded. I finished my PhD, I have a skill. I came back to Singapore. I thought I can make a career for myself, make myself famous in this field. That's what I thought. I mean, I go into this thing, so no one is doing this thing, I have a skill, why don't I do this thing? I feel like I can publish a lot of papers, make myself famous, big professor or something like that. So that was the starting point. I mean, I don't see myself as a noble person trying to conquer the world because of all these things. So it was by accident. I came into here, I saw a lot of things I can do. When I do this thing, it benefited a lot of people, and I feel so great. I mean, there's this vain part of me that feels so great about myself. Wow, not only that I can make money, I can publish, I can do a big professor, I can help people, make me feel good about myself. So this perhaps the motivation. I don't know. I mean, to me, I'm a very practical person. I have a family to feed, my parents, my children. I have to take care of all these things first, and at the same time I can do a lot of good. Why not? After I do a lot of good, I help a lot of people, I feel so good. Why not? So this is the thing that made me go on, and by doing so, I knew that I won't get burned out. Because this is the other part of my needs are already satisfied. So this is extra. All right. So I make sure that this thing can go on, and I'm not doing volunteer for 3 years and then just be gone in this circle. So what I'm trying to say here that it's a rat race in Singapore. We cannot get out of this thing. So you have to find a model that is sustainable. To me, this is I come into this circle accidentally. So I don't see myself as any nobler than anyone else here. That's my
Thank you, Dr. Am. Give him a big hand for his honesty. The point of telling us how good you are. Thank you so much. Give our panelists a big hand. Thank you so much.